Evening, gang. So happy Tuesday again. Let's see if we get a little bit of 5x5 action and we'll kind of go from there. Remember to turn off the volume and make sure that's all off. And there we go. No interruptions. Okay. And Jacob 5x5, I promise. Okay. Good deal. All right. Okay. So I see me on the screen, so that's a good thing. All right. So, welcome to the hot and crazy everywhere. I mean, I was reading an article, I guess the whole Northwest is just, what was it, hotter in Washington and Oregon than it was in Phoenix today? Something like that. Just absolutely insane. And I know we're getting it out east here, not as bad, but I mean, it was in the 90s with a ton of humidity today, and God knows I know trying to get outside for 20 minutes is like I'd have to come in for 20 minutes because I'd be just dripping. So, all right. Short soliloquy tonight. But see, the executioners are here. North Shore, Jacob, Samich. All right, getting that thing going. So, and it looks like we've got a couple of hundred people in here. So we're going to spend the majority of the time here. I'm going to shut up and let you guys talk and ask questions and do whatever. So same old, put the questions all in caps. I will get to them as fast as I can, and we'll go from there. I figure by now pretty much everybody knows the rules, and if they haven't figured them out by now, then so be it. We'll spend more time. So 59 minutes of Q&A. So, all right, let's get started. Yeah, Michelle Campisi Gennady, if I pronounce it right, says Moscow and Sydney are shutting down again. I got an email from Constantine this afternoon. They're heading down to Rostov-on-Don because Moscow was going for shutdowns again. And this is the one that's even more concerning. He was saying that there are stories that they are going to make grocery stores vaxxed only. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, obviously, different set of rules over there, set of laws. I mean, Constitution doesn't apply, but yeah, if they start playing those games, you're going to start seeing a whole lot of mass emigration all over the place. Could it be that we wind up with countries that are vaxxed and countries that are not vaxxed, and everybody kind of switch? Who knows? But interesting if they start doing that. He did tell me one thing, that I guess the Russian Science Department or whatever it is, Department of Science, federal agency or whatever, it's in phase 3 trials of a new vaccine over there that is completely different than anything else that they've seen. It's like your normal flu vaccine or polio vaccine. It's with dead cells. So we'll see what happens with that one. But, of course, the U.S. and the EU don't recognize any of the Russian vaccines, whatever. So I mean, not that I care because they're not putting any of them in me, but, just kind of interesting how, the U.S. and the EU can say to another country, well, granted, you have scientists over there, but we're just not going to acknowledge it. Okay, so interesting. All right, so yeah. Do I think the U.S. will shut down again? Okay, first off, the stories on the Delta variant seem to be that what I read today? You're 8 times more likely to contract the Delta variant if you got the jab than if you didn't. Okay, that was the first one. And then the National Institute of Health came out today and said that your natural immune system is more effective against CV than the jab is. It's nice that they finally caught up with what we've been telling them for 9 months. So whatever would be. All right. But do I think we'll get locked down? I think it's going to be more of the panic climate emergency than it is a COVID emergency. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I see some sort of lockdown happening because it's a control thing. Again, remember what we all talked about. There were no car accidents, heart attacks, cancer or whatever in 2020. I mean, if you died from CV. That was it. Okay. CV cured everything else, every other cause of death. But when that's going to go away, they got to come up with some other control factor. And I'm sorry, I'm thirsty. Okay. Oops, we just shot to the bottom quick today. All right, let's go back to where I was. Or try. Wish there was a way I could stop this from just leave me where I am. Okay, found where we were. Rudy for Jesus. Hi from California. Sarah Kelly. New tongue today. Hello from Georgia. So hello to both of you. East Tennessee made it today. You're not around too often. I know I saw something about work keeping you. So glad you were able to stick around. Angie Parton. What was it again? You said was coming soon. What is it exactly and when? That is Cyber Polygon, and that's July 9th. And I will say again, okay, guys, this is supposed to be just an exercise. It is not, there's not supposed to be, let me qualify that, any sort of massive grid shutdown or whatever. That's what this whole simulation is supposed to be. Now, they did the pandemic simulation, and guess what happened? We wound up in a pandemic, okay? We'll see what happens. Not supposed to happen, but that's what is coming up. So, July 9th. Let's see. South Colorado Stetter. I heard Russia is jamming electronics on ships they're doing mock attacks on. I haven't heard anything about that, though. I did hear today that the Dutch said that Russian planes were buzzing their ships today. So it's kind of interesting. Russia seems to be pissing everybody off. The Dutch, the British, the U.S., whatever it is. Who knows what's going on over there? But, excuse me. Yeah, they seem to be playing around. And somebody had a real good point about the whole exercises outside of Hawaii, if that could be some kind of cover for a CCP invasion of Taiwan, which would make sense because it'll keep our Navy around Hawaii as opposed to going over there. So, but, the Dutch, okay? Who have the Dutch pissed off? England, okay. From what I see, that ship was they'd crossed into territorial waters, though, of course, Crimea is a disputed territory, as is anyway. So, HJS video, Los Angeles is making masks mandatory again. Yeah, welcome to the land of fruits and nuts, okay, California. If you saw, California added, I think, 4 states today, including Florida. That now brings their total up to 17, where the state of California will not send political figures, Secretary of State, the governor, mayors, whatever it is, to any of these 17 states because they aren't pro-alphabet enough, if you all know what I mean by that. And as I made the comment, I'm like, at least speak for Tennessee. I think I probably could. Good. We don't need any commies here anyway. Keep your left-wing politics over there. We're perfectly happy with what we got going over here. Memphis, I'm sorry, you eventually will get with the program and throw out all the leftist, liberal, communist, Marxists that you keep electing over there and get on board with the rest of the state. But until then, okay, that'll be it. Hey, Pinball, what's your favorite pocket knife? Actually, I just got a new one yesterday, a Smith & Wesson. So we'll see how that one plays, but I like that one because it was little. It was 3-inch blade on there. So that was it. But I've had real good luck with Maracnivs. I'm not a real big knife guy, but, obviously you need to carry something for whatever use is. But, that the Smith & Wesson's a new one, so we'll see how that one works. But, it's carbon blade. It's sharp, and it fits in my pocket or on my belt nice and neat and doesn't stab me like some of the bigger ones do. John Thompson, yes. USA says, don't go to Russia. Can we get you and Mrs. P's thoughts? Okay. So one of y'all sent me that link today, and I read the article, and of course that's how the conversation with Constantine started today, is did you see this? Because a lot of times we'll bounce ideas off of each other. If it's something I read about Russia or something he reads about the US, we'll use each other to verify stories. What he's hearing in the Russian press, or what I'm hearing here, or sources he's got or sources I've got, or whatever it would be. So we kind of work together that way. And that was when he was telling me about what was going on in Moscow. But yeah, I got a kick out of the reason they were saying, because it wasn't because of COVID, it was because of terrorist attacks. Now, and the article said, chances of being kidnapped or tortured or anything like that. Okay. And I looked at Mrs. P. I read her the article real quick. And I said, does this sound political to you? And she's like, absolutely. Because everything they were saying we shouldn't, that Americans shouldn't go to Russia for was bullshit. And so, the only thing I can think of is it's just some sort of political, Biden got embarrassed by Putin. Everybody but the mainstream media knows that. Biden's got his tail between his legs with all the exercises going on around Hawaii. The rest of the world thinks, he's a complete embarrassment to the world as a world leader. And Russia knows it, and so they're just, walking all over the United States right now. They can get away with murder. And so, Biden's idea, or Biden's State Department, we'll tell them that Americans can't travel anymore and they'll lose that tourism money. I'll tell you what, guys, yeah, there's some tourism money they make, but it ain't keeping the Russian economy afloat, okay? I told you the story when I flew over there, and, the flight attendant asked me, she was asking everybody, pelmeni or chicken. She gets to me, obviously figured out I was an American because I had a U.S. passport. And she said, ravioli or chicken? I'm like, I'll have the pelmeni. And she looked at me like, oh my God, you know what it is. I was the only American on the flight from New York to Moscow. Okay. So, there's not a ton of travel going on for Americans. So it's not a big thing. But it does suck because, Mrs. P and I were talking, maybe in the next couple of years, go back and, see her family. She'd been here for almost 6 years now. Would like to go visit her family and her friends and stuff like that, rather than just, talk to them on Skype or whatever it would be. So, yeah, I think it's silly, foolish, it looks like, kindergarten, well, I'm going to do this to you. Putin's going big effing deal. So, okay, I can read it. GODH8R. Yes, I know what it means. What was my MOS or branch in the Army? I was a 97 Echo. I was an interrogator, okay, and my unit was 66 MI, 3rd of the 3rd Cav, Fort Bliss, Texas. That was where I finished. Other than that, Fort Huachuca, Arizona, and COM at a BRO in West Germany. Eric Adcock, what are your thoughts on the new Delta strain of the virus? I talked about that real quick already. Trucker Jim, what do you think of the Russian warplanes harassing the Dutch frigate? Just talked about that. Mark H, the vax is more dangerous than the virus. Stay away from it. I talked about that. Okay, guys, either I'm premonition here with what you guys are asking about, or I'm just getting lucky. Yeah, South Colorado Center, CDC wants everyone, even vaxxed people, to wear masks because of Delta. What Delta is, okay, what everything seems to be proving, is it's something that's striking the vaxxed people. In other words, it's a reaction to the jab. Go figure, So, again, we all call it, because not hearing any stories about, newly infected people or, unjabbed people getting this one. It's just the jabbed one. It's like, oh my God, it's not effective against this. It wasn't effective against anything in the first place, people. It's been a money and a power grab. Please understand that. Okay. they could have, what was it, $3 billion a month or whatever these guys were making. I mean, for all we know, it was saline that they were injecting in everybody. It says, oh, you got to get two of them so we can charge you twice. Yeah, okay. Gee, I haven't been shut off yet. Lisa Lincoln, is there a solar generator you would recommend? Everybody seems to swear by the Blue Eddy. The only problem is it's a couple grand for it. Rudy picked up a couple of Duracell ones, I think for about $600 or $700. But if you want to get advice on solar generators, go watch Rudy on the Alaska Prepper. I mean, he's got probably half a dozen of them and tests these things all the time. So, he's 10 times the source I will ever be on that. Dennis Wyckoff, are you doing a video of smoking your brisket? That would be like the longest video, 9 hours of camera sitting there poking, pointing at brisket. I'll show it to you when I take it out or put it in or anything like that and how everything works, but it's put it in, close the door, light the fire, walk away, check the fire once an hour or something like that. Temperature, as long as it's good, wait 9 hours and I'm done. It'd be a long, boring video. Big Bear Preps. Hey, Pinball, order in March, paid $1,200 for solar panels and stuck in shipping on a West Coast. Holy crap. Is there... I was going to say, is there any way you can get your money back, but where else are you going to get them? Okay. Yes, non-alcoholic beer. You can see the NA on there. Deb Gagne, get your elderberry in you. I'm not sick or anything like that. I put a bunch of decking in together. I got about 40% of the deck. I'm finally putting the floor into it. Got about 40% in that, but I mean, it was outside for 20 minutes, inside for 20 minutes, because I started at 8 o'clock this morning, and by 8:30, it was already hot here. So, what do we got? Cindy L, fine you got alive. Well, hello, Cindy. Glad you made it. Let's see, where are we? And there we go. Shot to the bottom. I'm trying to find where we were here. Is it Big German prepared? Picked up my F-15 today. The nukes are on back order. There you go. Yeah, there's been a ton of jokes made about Biden's latest idiot. I mean, notice he can only talk about once every 3 days or something, because the late night comics otherwise have too much fodder, and the rest of us, the memes and Twitter, oh my God, it's like, all right, we're bored with that one now. Okay, send Joe out so we can get 3 more days worth of material. Let's see. Ace Maduro, last evening picked my first raspberries for the year. Sure was good on my cereal this morning. My bushes have come up. I think they're still too small to get raspberries on. Neighbors got raspberries and blueberries that have been really good, so I've had a few of those with them. We got wild raspberries in the property next to us, so we're just waiting for those. They're still red. They got to turn black, blue, whatever you want to call them yet, but those should be ready probably this weekend. Let's see. Bob Bissell, where is a food? Okay, I'm assuming that was supposed to be a good place, not a food place to live in Russia. That's a Mrs. P question, and I don't even know how she can answer it, because she's lived in Moscow her entire life. She lived in the same apartment her entire life until she moved here. We went up and visited St. Petersburg and stuff like that, but I mean, we were there for a day. I mean, beautiful, beautiful city and everything like that. I mean, to see some of the stuff, yeah, it's like an American city. You still, in respect, you still got your shops and a lot of crowds and everything like that. But when we're talking about, oh, gee, look, this place has been here. This, like the town I live in, was established in the 1700s somewhere. I remember living up in New Hampshire, and you'd see headstones in the cemetery, you know, 1600 and something to whenever. And the United States is a baby compared to Europe. I mean, you go look, I mean, went through Romanov's castle, okay, which is ruins at this point. But I mean, it's funny because the ceilings were like 5.5 feet high. So, I mean, I was bent over through the whole thing. That was 1,000 years ago, you know. But I mean, this stuff still exists. You know, to go see some of it, going to the Hermitage in St. Petersburg, you know, which is this monstrosity of a basically like a castle that they've turned into somewhat of a museum. I was just absolutely gorgeous. But you're looking at thousands of years of history there, not dinosaur bones, but I mean actual country history. We don't have that. I mean, it's hard for us to imagine as Americans a country with, you know, centuries more history than we do. But I mean, I didn't get to see the small villages or anything like that. I mean, you're talking the largest landmass country in the world. So, I mean, I got to see Moscow for a week and St. Petersburg for a day. So there's a whole lot more to it. I'd love to go back and see more. And eventually, if we can, we will. Mammy KB, did I ask Constantine about the KGB thing? No, I watched the video. I haven't had a chance to talk to him. He, like I said, I emailed him. He emailed me back real quick. He says, I got to get 2 hours sleep because they're boogieing out of Moscow before lockdowns happen and getting down to Rostov. So, yeah, no, I haven't had a chance to talk to him about that. Sleepy Joe must go. Yeah, the only problem with it, like I said the other day, then we get Kamala. It's, you know, it's like I said, from bad to worse to disaster, you know. I mean, after her is Pelosi. You know, it's just, oh my God, you know. At least we know the stupid we have out of Joe. You know, the devil you know versus the devil you don't. Okay, let's see. Shortage on gas because of truckers. Oh, it may be because there's a shortage of truckers, maybe. That's a very good possibility. I mean, it's not because the truckers used all the gas, it's because there's nobody to deliver it. Potato needs handlers because he gets lost in a White House lawn, Scarlet Brimstone. Biden gets lost in a White House bathroom. You know, it's like, you know, Jill walks in and goes, Joe, what are you doing? That's the toilet, not the shower. So, Trucker Jim, where's my hat? It's right here, but it's a Saturday hat, not a Tuesday hat. So, let's see. Oh, Yarn Prepper. How did me and Mrs. P meet? Actually, online. One thing led to another, and I was looking one night or whatever it was, figured I was going to see if I could find a refresher course on the Czech language, see if I could pick up some more of it. You know, I mean, Army trained rate, but you know, use something for 25 years, you lose it. So I figured, okay, I might take a class and go see if I can, you know, refresh the memory on it. Well, one thing led to another, and I was single and everything like that. I went up on a dating site and another dating site, and you know, I was like, okay, found this one, and there was Mrs. P. And so I was like, what the hell? Send her a letter, and she sent me a letter back. And then the following Saturday, we decided to do a Skype call and talk, and then we wound up talking every day for 6 months. And so I finally flew out there, and 6 months later, she was here, and a month after that, we were married. So there's the short story of a long story. Derek Gardner, California told people to not plug in their electric cars as the grid will crash. Thanks. Cool. I sold my gas car because you told me it polluted too much, so I bought an electric car, and now I can't use that. How do you expect me to go to work? Oh, take public transportation. It doesn't go everywhere. I mean, this is the problem. But, see, there's the catch, you know. It's like they want you to take public transportation. It doesn't go everywhere. Well, then you need to move to somewhere that public transportation is. In other words, it doesn't come out to the rural communities, so you need to get out of here. What does that do? Moves everybody into the city. Whose idea does that sound like? So, yeah. Dev Jacobs, have I researched founder animals? I have no idea what they are, so I guess the answer would be no. Let's see. Is IP2 in here? Haven't seen him in a while. Oh, yes, he is. Hey, IP2, haven't seen you in a while. Let's see. New world to come. What are some reputable sites to buy ammo? I use Midway USA. I use Freedom Munitions. Those are the two I use most commonly. I know people talk about, hey, you can go on Ammo Seeker and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan. That seems to be too many people trying to scalp ammo. But the two I use are Midway USA and Freedom Munitions. I seem to get the best prices out of them. They most often have inventory when others don't, and their shipping is really good. So I'll have whatever I order in 2 days. Trucker Jim, I'm hearing Biden is under huge pressure to make vax passports mandatory. I'd love to know where. I haven't heard any of that. I know he's finally admitting that we're not going to be at 70% by the 4th of July. I hate to tell you, Joe, you're not going to be at 70% ever. So, 4th of July, 32-20, we ain't getting there. So, but yeah, I haven't heard anything about making vax passports mandatory. He might have a slight problem with that because you already have so many states that say, we don't care, we're not doing it, okay? And again, I did a video on this months and months ago. Laws are great, but if you don't enforce them, they're useless. And it's like it's illegal to hunt whale in North Dakota or something like that. These are actual laws on the books. You can't hang your underwear on the clothesline on Sundays or whatever it would be. I mean, these are actual laws in the book. Nobody enforces them. Good, Joe. Create a national vaccine passport and make it mandatory. Nobody's going to enforce it. So your law means about as much as the stuff I flush down the toilet every day. So, Susan Stevens, new today, Illinois lithium battery fire ongoing. Oh my God, not another one. Hey, we need our battery operated everything, so let's have a battery fire. Okay, now what do you do? Like Fairy Bigfoot's laughing right now and agrees with you. Okay. East Tennessee Preparedness. Just so everyone knows, I identify as fully vaccinated. There you go. Yeah, speaking of, anybody notice the Nevada Miss Nevada USA? It's a guy. DB Cooper, Southern Vaccine, sausage and gravy. That sounds good to me. Sunshine Me. So is that ravioli or chicken you had? Pelmeni. Pelmeni are little meat dumplings, Russian meat dumplings, similar to ravioli, just without the sauce. Okay, and it's one of the things that Mrs. P is eventually going to make, but like I said, it takes a few hours to make those. We'll videotape that one. But I asked her for pelmeni, the ravioli, and the stewardess was like, I speak a few words of Russian. Okay, not many, but a few. I can say please and thank you and know some foods and stuff like that. I can get by on an airplane. Michigan Lifestyle got 2 more flats of plants to go in the garden, a mix of things. Beginning of July? That's okay. Damn it. I was going to say, because you guys could easily have snow in October, so I'm hoping whatever they are, if they're vegetables, they're going to, things that are going to have, 60-day, maybe 90-day maturity. But what are you looking at? August, the 90-day maturity is the 1st of October. I mean, if you're getting anything in up there, it better go in the next day or two. Let's see. Melissa Dove, how about the brain virus or the zombie virus? Okay, I'm not sure what the if there is something. I mean, there's something like that. I haven't heard anything like that, so I'm not quite understanding your question. Uh, HJS video. I've heard that only about 50% of the CDA and the NIH employees got the jab. Have you heard anything? There's roughly only 50% of the United States that's got the jab. So I think it's 54 or something like that. And those are the official numbers. Okay. So that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Sunset, if there's a health threat, then why is whiskey and cigarettes still available? Exactly. I mean, we've all mentioned that since the beginning, you know. However, what were there 200,000 people that died from COVID that their death certificate said that. So let's put the realistic number 30,000. Okay. The rest of them were car accidents, cancer, whatever it would be. But you know, how many people die in drunk driving accidents? How many people die of lung cancer every year? I mean, those are actually more serious than COVID. COVID is just so completely trumped up by politicians who are concerned about nothing other than money and power. I mean, I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. You all know this. You know, it's just, Christ, how much bullshit can we put up with? Rooster Cogburn, time to stock up on a few AR-15 lowers, ethanol-free gas, and backup generators. Somebody emailed me, I forget who it was, either this morning or yesterday, that they had like 10 generators and took them up to the people where the power was out and was getting $60 a day rent on them. He's like, okay, what do I do? Buy more generators or buy silver? I'm like, tell if you get $60 a day to rent them out, buy more generators. You know, nice little side gig. Get 10 of them and $600 a day. Nice money. Whoops, just shot to the bottom again. Kristen Williams, do you have to own land to go off grid, or is there government land that can be used? Well, if you're off grid, I mean, you know, there's places you can go out and like the Nevada desert and stuff like that that you can go. I mean, you're off grid, so it's not like you're going to worry about a well, a septic system, you know, electricity, anything like that. I mean, you know, you can pop a tent anywhere. You're not going to build a house somewhere, but there might be, you know, vacant places where you could do something like that. Don't know how long you're going to last until somebody says, hey, you can't be here, and you know, you're gone. So GFG Homestead, my thoughts on savings bonds. Cash them in before I'd cash them in. Okay. I mean, savings bonds are zero coupon bonds. And with the interest rate at what, 1%, what is it? You know, buy a $50 bond for $25 now at 1%. Okay. In 72 years, you get $50. Okay. Rule 72. I mean, there's savings bonds, just cash them in. Okay. You cash them in today, you can cash them in tomorrow. I mean, cash them in next year, and maybe you get $1 more next year or something like that. I mean, it's not worth having the money there. You're earning nothing on it. Okay. And especially with what you got, you know, full faith and credit of the U.S. government. Yeah. Let me have a piece of that. Rip Curl, Freedom Munitions is awesome. Believe it or not, their subsonic ammo will go through normal vests, not steel plates. It's because they use solid metal bullets with pointed tips. You mean like these? Yeah. Yep. Right there with you. Let's see. I'm going to read this one just because I know it. Deanna Walters, Henry Ford Hospital is forcing people to take the jab if they want to keep their job in Detroit. I know Henry Ford all too well. My brother was there. My dad's been there many times. Great hospital. They're going to have a real problem if they lose half their staff. Let's see. Okay, with same question on savings bonds. South Colorado Stetter, I hear the fake Russian vax certificates can't be detected as fake. Don't know. I don't know anything about them. I don't care. Ask me for, you want my vaccine certificate? Here you go. Scan it and stop me. Outcast and Annie Tinfoil. Do you notice anything wrong with the birds, especially around 5G towers? Also had a bunch of mealworms beetles seizing. Yeah, there's something going on. There's birds dying. I mean, it was New Mexico earlier this year, and I guess now it was like Indiana and Ohio. Birds are literally falling out of the sky and dying. So who knows what it is? I mean, if they all ate something, if there's something that's poisonous out there and they're eating it, a berry or something like that, whatever. I mean, who knows if it's harp? I mean, I have no idea. Yes, I've heard about it, but I have no clue, and I can't find anything out. I mean, Angry Prepper did a video on it this morning or yesterday or something like that. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but maybe he's got some information there. But that's the one bit I've seen. Stacy Crawford, what are some good websites to get news that the U.S. is not covering? Zero Hedge is good. RT is good. That's Russia Times. It's in English. The Jerusalem Post is good. Al Jazeera is good. I'd say those are probably my, and Sky News Australia, that's good. Yeah, those would probably be my top 5. And a lot of news on what's going on in the U.S. You can get U.S. news on all these foreign sites that, mainstream media, CNN's more concerned, with, how big Kim Kardashian's hips are this week or whatever than, bombing in Syria or, the Russians in Hawaii. I mean, I laughed when I put out the story on was it the retaliation? Whichever one. It was either us bombing Syria, the Iranians around Syrian border, or the retaliation story. Whichever one came out around 5:00. And I got an email from somebody and said at 6:00, CNN just reported it. I'm like, oh, good to know CNN's following my channel. Now, the cable news network's been scooped by a prepper channel. So, hey, they come to me for news, I guess. I don't know. It's 111 in northern Alberta. Our garden's done. Oh my God. Yeah. The land where curling is normal because we can do that in July. But let's see. Who are the 2 traders that hit the thumbs down? I don't know. Go check to see who else has got a live stream on Tuesday nights at 8:00. That might, I don't know. I have no idea. That Prepper 101. That's classic. They said on CNN that JFK really died of COVID. You win the internet for the day. That's good. The purring lady, breakthrough cases increasing. They were fully vaccinated but still caught CV. Yeah, exactly. Hospice care people died of the pandemic also, Kitty. Yep. I mean, this was it. I mean, obviously I'm not vaxxed, okay? I'm not dead. I haven't lost my sense of smell, my sense of taste, whatever. I'm doing perfectly fine. Doesn't mean something can happen to me tomorrow, okay? But, the chances of me getting COVID tomorrow are about probably the same as me getting hit by lightning, struck by a bus. I don't know. Guys, eventually we're all going to die, okay? When our number's up, our number's up. And whether it's COVID or a car accident or old age or whatever, something's going to get you, Okay, there's no getting around it. You know, they've been trying since the beginning of time, but there's no getting around it. Nobody lasts forever. But all these people in the World Economic Forum think that for some reason they're immortal. I mean, look at Klaus Schwab. The guy's what, mid-70s? I mean, how long's he got? 5 years or something looking at him? You know, I mean, they're going to do a Michael Jackson and, you know, try to save his brain? Or I don't know. You know. M. Hammer. Not MC Hammer. No injections, never any flu. Last flu missed 4 days of work was 1978. Yeah, that's about it. I never get the flu shot. I mean, yes, I got my MMR shot. I got my polio shot. You know, when I was a kid, I got, you know, God knows what the Army put in my shoulders, you know, back 30 years ago, 35 years ago, 36 years ago. But, you know, I don't need the flu shot. If I get sick, fine. You know what? I'll have the sniffles. I work from home. I don't care. Okay. So, you know, it's not like I got to go to the office and make somebody else sick. And I know somebody will say, but you'll make Mrs. B sick. You know, no matter what some people say, there's always somebody who's got an answer for it. So, saw a young, crap. Started to say, saw a young girl on the blaze today, and then, of course, everything shot right up to the top here on me. So I'm going to try to find this, see what was said. Da, 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 da. And there it is. Saw a young girl on the blaze today that got the jab. Heartbreaking story. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. I mean, you know, how about all these guys who are getting, you know, brain aneurysms or whatever, young guys who are getting it. It's like, oh, cool. You know what? I was 16 years old. Now I'm dead. Nice. Thanks, Mom. Yarn Prepper. Went to dentist today and they said per the CDC, no masks were required at all. Have you heard this? No, I have not. But of course, we just heard 20 minutes ago, somebody said California is saying everybody's got to wear masks. So in other words, stay out of California, you know, unless you want to pay double whatever something's worth, if not more, and get harassed. You know, hey, going to go to Disney? Go to Florida. Yeah, there's a good one. LCCCC. Vax rate will continue to drop as the elderly pass away. Yeah, that's the thing. And again, this goes into useless eaters. That, I mean, not my term, that's theirs, okay? That's what they consider anybody who's no longer of working age. You're a useless eater. So, dirty like the government. Working at Great Lakes Naval Base outside Chicago. Out of the whole facility, 55 people took the jab. 9 of them died. There's good odds, okay? Nearly 20%. Brandy F., what picture is behind me? I'm assuming you're talking about this one right here. Okay. On that shelf there, there's actually, I'll show you there. There's a few more, and then there's a picture of Christ up top. Mrs. P is Russian Orthodox, okay? And so those are her religious icons. And so the one that you can see here is St. Nicholas, obviously Christ up top, Mother Mary in the center, and I'm not sure who the one is on the right. I'm Lutheran, I'm not Russian Orthodox, so, okay. Drop the rooster, drop the bonds, get your hands on silver. Absolutely, 100% agree. Jamie Lee, which states are thinking lockdowns? Blue ones. The red states are pretty much open for business. Okay, it's like the crisis is done, back to normal. Everything. The blue states are still, oh my god. So. Let's see. Dawn Marie, don't worry about being late. That's what replays are for, if you want to catch what we said at the beginning. Trucker Jam Canada doesn't have savings bonds anymore. We had to cash ours in with no interest paid. Well, pretty much the same in the U.S. I mean, interest rates are so minuscule, there's nothing getting paid anyway. Lorna P., I'm getting PTSD when Pinball gets out of the chair. Last time there was blood. Yes, and I'm healing okay. I've just got 2 cuts from the crowbar on my leg. That's what you get for using a crowbar when you're ripping up a deck and wear a pair of shorts. But it's hot. Devin Bell, just getting here. Any comments on Biden's speech today? No, I haven't even got into Biden's speech today if he gave one. I've been outside, worked until 6 o'clock on the deck. Came inside, ate dinner, took a shower, sat down for 15 minutes, and got this going. So, Bruce here, hey Pinball, how about more crossbow videos? What do you want me to see me do with it? I mean, it's like, okay, point, shoot, click, done. It's not like I'm going to go shoot squirrels and chipmunks in my backyard or something like that. You know, in Tennessee, we've actually got a mourning dove season, a squirrel season. You know, I always wondered what happened if you hit a squirrel with your car and it wasn't squirrel season. You know, because it doesn't work the other way. It's like, but honest officer, I accidentally shot the deer. That wouldn't work. Rip Curl, my son's college right now is saying kids can't attend classes this fall unless they're vaccinated. Not sure how I'm going to deal with it. I mean, the letter that I've sent out there, it's really just get a hold of admissions and say, can I get your name? You know, I need your name, your title, your phone number, everything. And you're telling me you can't attend. Okay. I just need to know so I can give that to my attorney so we can file suit and see how they panic. Because this is what that letter says. And this is what a lot of these institutions don't understand. Not only is the institution or the company liable, but any individual that tries to enforce it is also personally liable. So if Mary Jo, I was going to use the term that we used in the Army, but that probably wouldn't be polite here. If Mary Jo says, I'm sorry, Junior Rip Curl can't attend school this year, Mary Jo, please give me your name, your phone number, your title. Why? Because I'm suing you personally, because you are legally liable if you are going to restrict him from going to school. I don't know, what's that worth to you? 50, 100, 200, 1,000? How about that, Mary Jo? Can you afford that? Because you are liable. Second thoughts, maybe? And here's the law. April Carey, do I like the Epic Times? Yeah, it's okay. The only problem is it only comes out once a week. So, I mean, the news is old. I mean, it's, you know, like reading yesterday's newspaper. I don't care, you know. It's like I knew what happened yesterday. It's like every once in a while somebody will send me an email saying, did you see this? Yeah, I did a video on it 3 days ago. Okay. I try to keep current. I care less what somebody, you know, today's Tuesday. Epic Times comes out on Sundays, I believe. So anything that's in there is 2 days old. You know, that's long history by now. Tiny Titan, have I been watching Mary Greeley on Yellowstone? Guys, I haven't paid much attention to anything after I gave you the 2 videos this morning. I was literally bouncing back and forth between outside. I'd read your comments to see if there was anything important. I was back outside. Sunset. 200 birds died here in their roosting area. 5G started at that time. Okay. TV said it was from COVID. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, I'll give you a quick COVID story on this one too. 5G, that would make sense. Okay. Give you this one. I can't verify this, but I've told you many times about my friends up the hill. Okay. And speaking of friends up the hill, this deck is making good progress because of the friends up the hill helping me too. You know, it's nice to have neighbors that will come and help. And I thank them greatly. But so they've got German Shepherds and 25 acres, 24 acres or something like that. So, you know, the whole 9 yards, chickens and everything like that. A beautiful house, beautiful property up there. And so they had gone to Tractor Supply to get the rabies vaccination for their dogs. Okay. Easier to do it themselves than to take the dogs into the vet because the dogs get sick in the car, and that was the whole point. So the guy at Tractor Supply says, we don't have any of the 10G, and all we've got is the 9G. And Mrs. Up the Hill said, what's the difference between 10G and 9G? Well, 10G has the COVID vaccine in it. Now, really, are we getting this insane that now we got to start vaccinating our dogs against COVID? Oh my God, I've got goldfish. Where's the COVID tablet to throw in the tank for them? Robert Bates, did I get the email photo of our gas prices here in Massachusetts? Yeah, was it $4.38 or something like that? I was like, holy crap, there we go. Okay. So I said $4 a gallon at the beginning of the year. You guys have got there. I'm waiting for the national average to be $4 a gallon. We here in where I live have not moved off of $2.75 in a month. Okay. We went up to $2.75 with the Colonial Pipeline and haven't moved from it. Hasn't come down, hasn't gone up, So, they just got us for an extra 20 cents and never dropped it. Let's see. Yard Dog Prepper, what's up, y'all? Just checking in. What are we talking about? Hope all is well. We're talking about everything as per normal. It's like, we're over here, we're over there. I feel like doing YMCA here. Never mind. Okay, either that or was it Danny Terrio? I think it was. Was it Disco Fever or something like that, the TV show, if anybody remembers that one. Let's see how that name popped in my head. Firefly Farm. NASA posted tomorrow's International Asteroid Day. What does that mean? Because every day's got to have a day to satisfy people. It's International Hamburger Day, Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, Frappe Cappuccino Day. No. Okay. There are legitimate holidays. Okay. New Year's Day, President's Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, the end. Everything else is just to appease somebody, okay? SHTF Engineering, did I hear about Miami planning to push everyone inland with more restrictions and codes? No, I didn't hear that, but I did hear there's another building down in Florida that very similar to the one that was in, was it Surfside or Sunside or whatever it was? Same issues. Obviously, it hasn't collapsed yet. But apparently there's another one because damn well everybody's going to be looking for anything and everything on every building. They're going to condemn anything that's on the beach. So, Chief Jim, Pinball, any news on Arkansas living? Only thing I heard from him about a week or so ago, he said he was going to take a break from YouTube for a while. And he said he's not going anywhere. He will be back. He's just taking a break. And I get it because, he's raising a young kid, tactical toddler there. So, he's got to do dad things too, and this gets, being a content creator is time consuming, I'd much rather see him taking care of the toddler than yapping on YouTube. Okay. I'd love hearing what he has to say. I think the guy's great, but if he needs time off, he needs time off. We all do. There's eventually going to be a time where I need some time off too. Okay. Mrs. P always asks me, it's like, don't you need a break? And they're like, no, I have too much fun doing this. I enjoy the hell out of doing this. It makes me a better person. It makes me a smarter person because I have a tendency to learn more about certain things, because if I'm going to tell you guys about it, I need to research it even more. So therefore I know even more about it. So it benefits me as well. South Colorado Stetter, thank you for the super chat. I just saw that fly by on the phone there, so I appreciate it. Somebody else sent me one here too, and I missed it. Let's see if I can find it there. The All-Seeing Cats, thank you as well for the super chat. I do appreciate it, both you guys. Let's see. We got about 6 minutes here. Tiny Titan, I want that letter. Which video was it in? Tiny Titan, just send me an email. My email's under the video here. It's pinballpreparedness@protonmail.com. I will email you a copy of the letter. All you got to do is edit the parts that are in red, say employer name here or whatever it would be. Obviously don't leave that, put in, Joe's Donuts or whatever. Sue, thank you for the super chat. You're doing a 25-ounce giveaway? Guys, I'll give Sue a commercial here real quick. If you all saw that come through, Sue Hatton, okay, is got to be one of the most generous people on YouTube. Every Tuesday, she picks out 5 1-ounce silver coins out of her box. She does a video on this and picks out 5 silver coins. And then every Friday, I take it back. Every Friday, she picks out 5 silver coins. And everybody in the comments gets to pick their 3 favorite. And then the following Tuesday, Sue's Days Tuesday, she picks in a random comment generator, same way we did the live stream here a couple of weeks ago with the giveaway. She picks out 3 winners every week, and each one of those people wins an ounce of silver. And she's been doing this for over a year. So, you do the math. She thinks she's on like week 65 of 3 ounces of silver. And she's done more than 3. But if you just say 3 ounces of silver, that's like 200 ounces of silver given away. Start thinking about how much that is, okay? Definitely generous. So, go check out her channel. It's Sue Hatton, Hatton. And she's just a sweet, adorable lady and extremely generous and lots of fun to, talk to everybody in there, learn a little bit about some of the silver stuff too. So, but thank you for the super chat, Sue. I appreciate that. Let's see. Devon Bell, best educational garden books for soil and plants. Honestly, that one I can't answer because I don't have any. I mean, everything I do is from my own notes, from things I do year after year, what works, what doesn't work, everything like that. Some of it's handwritten, some of it's in calendars, some of it's in spreadsheets, whatever it would be. Mine is just experience. I don't have, there's got to be good garden books out there. Don't get me wrong. I just can't give you the name of one. Yarn Prepper, my Wisconsin governor just added parent and parent giving birth to make our birth certificates gender neutral. Yeah, because, I hate to tell you this, only one of those parents can give birth, okay? And I don't care if it's 2 mommies, there had to be a daddy in there somewhere. Sister Marie, so seniors are useless to them, but they are one of our best resources. Yup. See, that's the thing they don't know. Battles are won with more brains than brawn every time, okay? Because I'm never going to be able to outfight a platoon of Chinese coming down the street, but I guarantee you I'll outsmart them, and I'll take every one of them out. They won't even get here, and it'll be 1 of me and 10 of them, so... if you outthink them, that's, we have the experience, the knowledge, and the caginess on our side. They've got the, oh my God, I'm offended on their side, Mark Chesser, should we stay close to the house or stay home on July 9th just in case something bad happens? I really think this has been overdone, for what it is. Is it going on? Yes. Okay. Is it anything to worry about? No. After the fact, maybe. Could something happen on July 9th? Yes. It's no more likely it's going to happen on July 9th than it is on July 6th. Okay. This is all an exercise. It's not even being done in the United States. It's just, so many people have talked about it so much, paranoia has built. Outcasting tinfoil. Always wanted to die naturally, no matter how hard I try. I can't get struck by lightning. Uh, Kitty, how come everybody mentions July 9th? July 9th is Cyber Polygon. That is the World Economic Forum's simulation of what would happen if the global supply chain went down, i.e. the computer system went down globally. That's going to happen on July 9th. 1 minute, so one more. Robert Bates, I retire tomorrow and won't be leaving the house except for supplies for the rest of the month. Smart ass, tomorrow's the last day of the month. Okay, one more, just because I can't leave it on that one. Gas prices. See, I'm probably 15 minutes behind in comments here, guys. Yeah. Lisa Preps, this will be the last one. What does my daughter think of my YouTube channel and following? She really doesn't pay attention to it. What was it? Christmas time, she was sitting here with me and we talked about it. And I mean, it never comes up in conversation or anything like that. I mean, it's my thing. I mean, the things in her life, that I probably don't want to know. There's things in her life or in my life that she probably just doesn't care about, so, and this is probably one of them. Again, like I said, she is the, not my fault, indoctrinated youngster here who is just getting out to taste the real world. And, when it bites her in the ass a couple of times and goes, oh my God, Dad, how much taxes are taken out of my paycheck? What do you mean I've got to pay for somebody else's college education? Nobody paid for mine. Yeah. Welcome to the Republican Party. So, all right, guys, that is 9:01. Thank you all for joining me. I hope this video is still here because I said a few things that I guarantee YouTube's not going to like. So if the replay's here tomorrow and you catch it, congratulations. If it's not, I apologize. So have a good one, y'all. Pinball out.